So welcome back guys, Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on one of my favorite shows, The 100. This is kind of like a suggestion kind of video of shows I think people should watch. Now first off, if you like The 100 and you want to know my thoughts and see my reviews when Season 5 returns, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon, that way you won't be able to miss any more of my videos about The 100. Now, first off, I also want to mention that in most people's reviews, when people talk about the 100, I know they are mostly positive. However, I am not going to be. I feel like if I am to recommend this show, I want to point out the flaws in the show. I feel like when people talk about the 100, they mainly just kind of are nice and don't talk about the flaws. So I want to be one of those here that talks about what I don't like about the show and what I think can be improved about the show. So if you don't like constructive criticism, then I suggest maybe this isn't the kind of video or channel you might want to be subscribed to. But I'm going to be honest right here, right now, that I will be kind of critical on the show because I think there are definitely areas they can improve on. But like I said, if you like the 100 and you want to see my videos and reviews on it, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you won't be able to miss any more of my videos about the 100. Now let's begin. So the 100 is a post-apocalyptic show, so if you're into that, you'll definitely want to check this show out. But it mainly takes place 97 years after the apocalypse took place, and a group of survivors of this apocalyptic event are surviving on a space station called the Ark. Now, however, not to get into too much spoilers, but the Ark is dying, so the adults decide to send down 100 juvenile delinquents to see if the Earth is survivable again. Now, first off, I want to mention, with that kind of concept, I really like the concept. I think it's such a great idea. I love this concept. I love the idea. However, there are some flaws that ended up coming about after rewatching the show after a while. So one of the first flaws I want to get into is the acting. I think the acting on the show is horrible, especially by the young actors. Now, my thinking on this is these kids who got this role are young adults in their 20s, but still, I feel like these kids got this role, got famous. The fan base is nutty, if you want my opinion. I think the fan base is so super nutty. It's like a crazy people kind of thing. But moving on, I think they just don't want to improve their acting skills, and they're just horrible. A lot of the scenes, especially emotional scenes, you can obviously tell that they are actors. You don't feel that connection with a TV show. Like, give an example, like The Walking Dead. I know I always compare the show to The Walking Dead, like I said, but in The Walking Dead, if you watch that show, it pulls you in with the characters and their acting, and you believe it's a real actual thing happening. However, the 100, you can honestly watch it and can tell these people are actors. The adult actors, great, and I believe that's mainly due to the fact that they have been acting for a while. They improved their skill over time, and that they know what they're doing pretty much. They have been doing this for a long time. A lot of the adult actors are great. They are, if you've seen other shows like Lost, Person of Interest, I think one was even in ER, but they were in those kind of shows. So I would definitely say give this show a chance with the actors. There are definitely a few, one of the couple young actors that are good, like the one that plays Murphy. He's really good. He's actually a pretty decent actor. And I think some of the actors, because for some reason I don't totally understand this, but they casted 30-year-olds to play teens in this show, which I don't really get that idea, but a lot of the 30-year-olds are actually pretty decent, good actors, comparative to some of the younger ones, like the lead, Eliza Tyler, who plays Clark. God, she annoys me so much. And the two actors who play the Blake siblings, they're no good either. And a lot of people love Lindsay Morgan, who plays Raven. No way as good as she could be. That actor should be doing a lot better, and she is horrible. I know, like, this is not, like, what you probably want to hear, but but if you want my honest review, the acting is not as good as it should be. But I would definitely still recommend the show, even given what I just said about the acting. It's definitely worth a check out. And I know I should be more positive when giving a review, but I want to be honest with you, give my thoughts, because in a review, you want to give your thoughts on a show, a comic, whatever you're reviewing, because honestly, whatever you read or watch, you're always going to have negative thoughts on it. There's always going to be something negative you come out from it. I don't care if you say that there isn't anything negative about the comic or TV show or movie you're reviewing, then you're lying, because there's always something you didn't like about that. There's nothing that ever comes out that's 100% that you like about it. So I'm going to be honest here, and my first honest point is the acting is not as good as it should be. So if you don't like that, or if you don't like my thoughts on that, I'm sorry, but it's the truth in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not going to say to not watch it due to this, but definitely be aware of it when you check out this show, because I think it's it's a decent show, like I said, but acting kind of pulls it back. Now let's get into the storytelling, because that's one area where I think the show is good, but it ends up becoming problematic after a while. Now, the storytelling is decent, and got these kids who come to Earth to see if the Earth is survivable again, and they end up running into a group of natives who no one knew actually survived the apocalypse, and it's them surviving them, and then the adults coming down and kind of the adults misunderstanding what has happened over the past couple of days before they arrived. And it's a lot about the entire group of survivors from the Ark who who are trying to survive and coexist with this group of survivors from the ground. Now, the thing that annoys me about the storytelling is they constantly build up the tension towards the end of the episode, and they'll leave you on a cliffhanger and about someone possibly dying, and then you come back next week and that person is fine no matter what happened to them. They could have been speared in the chest, got stabbed and fallen off a cliff, and that person is fine. It's ridiculous. I have gotten sick and tired of this. It's to the point where if you watch an episode and a character's in danger of dying, it doesn't matter. It's that character's gonna live no matter what, and it's ridiculous. Now let's talk about the realism of the show, because this is another area I think they failed at. Because a lot of the realism of the show isn't there. You'll have these storylines and these characters, and they look like they just came out of a model shop, and it annoys me so much. This is a story about people surviving a post-apocalyptic world. You should have characters that are gritty and dirty and look like they haven't bathed in a couple days. Meanwhile, you got these characters who have perfect straight hair, perfect white teeth. Now, the teeth I can somewhat get over. I know your teeth aren't going to go yellow right away. But when you got characters with these straight hair, makeup all done up, it annoys me, because this shouldn't be happening. This, again, is a show about people surviving. They shouldn't look like prim, perfect models. They should look like gritty, blood all over them, dirt on them. This is not how they should look. This is, in my opinion, not realistic expectations. And I think one of the reasons I don't like this show is that a lot of the actors are good looking. They don't cast any like characters that you would think are gritty or not good looking, like ugly. They just cast these pretty people who look like they stepped out of a Calvin Klein modeling magazine, and it's just like, in reality, they would never look like this if they were trying to survive. We get these characters with this straight, perfect hair, their makeup all done up, and it's like, really? They're finding makeup in the apocalypse? That's not going to happen. And it just annoys me so much. On the other side of realism, there are some things I think that could be improved. Overall storytelling, some things are pretty good, but when it comes to realism in the show, I don't think it takes a lot of things realistically. There are a lot of wounds that would never heal and certain things that would have never happened in real life. But, if you can get past the realism, I'm a person who really likes realistic kind of events. But if you can get past it not being a realistic thing happening, then you'll be fine with the 100. One of my favorite YouTubers, Ronnie Hayes, did a review of this show back in season 1 first aired. And I think I didn't watch his review right when it came out, and I watched it later, and I'm like, this dude hit the nail on the head. These people are too pretty. The storytelling leaves you on constant cliffhangers, and it's just like, if he said in his review, if you turn off your brain and aren't into and just watch it for what it is, you'll be fine. But if you want and are expecting a show about people surviving, realism, and grittiness, you're not. This is, you'll be okay. Just turn off your brain and you'll like it. But I'm gonna continue on to one of the things I think is the worst part of this show. Now let's talk about the fan base, because if you're gonna start watching this show, you're gonna have to deal with the fan base. Now, I'm gonna be up straight with you all. They're a little kind of crazy. I've had a couple interactions with them online, and I feel like it's almost like taboo to say anything negative about the 100, because if you say anything negative, they'll jump down your throat and say you're not a fan, or this is a fan site or video and you shouldn't be making criticism on fan sites. In my opinion, if you want to be a true fan, you got to be critical of the show. And the fans, they take a little, I feel like they're teens, they're not adults, and they take things a little too far. Like with Lexa dying, it was a little kind of spoiler right there, sorry. With her dying, I feel like that was such a big OMG moment that was great, but then it got ruined by the fact that fans got mad about representation and stuff like that. It's so ridiculous, in my opinion. You're already represented in so many different shows. One show kills off someone that represents you, and you crying because they killed off someone that represents you. Then go watch a different show. Then I'm sorry, but they shouldn't cater to you who want your representation on the show. They can't cater to you. Are you gonna stop reading a book if they kill off an LGBT character or something like that? And another thing I hate with this fandom is the shipping. It's ridiculous. They ship almost every character to the point where it's ridiculous and it doesn't even matter. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you or you don't like my opinions. These are my opinions, and I'm allowed to express them. If you don't like them, then tough. Don't subscribe to my channel. Don't like my videos. Don't do anything like that. I don't care. But these are my opinions, and I'm allowed to have them. And it's just, I am sick and tired of people telling me that I'm not a fan or I shouldn't be criticizing the show, and I'm not a true fan if I criticize the show. Because I am a fan of the show, and I want to see the show get better. This show has potential to be as good as The Walking Dead and other shows like it, but it is nowhere near as good as it should be right now. And I think if we criticize the show a lot more, we should be able to get a better, decent show. But I feel like teens who watch this show, I feel like the teen demographic is the main people watching this. And I feel like the teens don't care. They'll just sit there and watch whatever garbage the media puts out there. This show isn't garbage, by the way. I think it's a decent show. But it could be better. That's my point I'm trying to make here. And I want to make reviews on this and be critical of it. That's one of the reasons why I created my channel. I want to be critical of The 100 and The Walking Dead and other comics and shows that I watch. So if you don't want to listen to my critical thoughts on the show, then maybe just don't watch my videos about this. This is my thoughts, my opinions, like I said, and I'm allowed to have them. And if you don't like it, then tough. Then don't follow my channel, don't like my videos, don't watch them if you don't want to. But these are my opinions, and I'm going to express them on my channel as I'm allowed to. Now, I know I laid down a lot of negative things right here, but I genuinely enjoy the show and like it. Now, if you're a fan of post-apocalyptic shows like I am, definitely go check it out. The first 4 seasons are streaming right now on Netflix. Go catch up before Season 5 begins on Tuesday, April 24th on the CW. Again, definitely suggest it. It's a decent, good show, and I think you will enjoy it if you like post-apocalyptic shows. So, I just wanted to make this video to recommend this show, because I think it's definitely a good, decent show that kind of is underrated and overrated at the same time. So definitely go check it out on Netflix if you want to. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the 100 TV show. I'm going to start doing these things where I recommend TV shows to you guys. If you want me to do a quick review of the first 4 seasons of the 100, let me know in the comments down below. This has been Vision with Blind Entertainment. I will see you next time.